Hi everyone, hope you are doing well from wherever you are watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, after Malala taking over as the UDA Secretary General, we are hearing a lot of noise within the Kenya Kwanza coalition. But then we understand Kenya Kwanza came into power because it was a coalition. So what we are having now is not a UDA government, this is a coalition government. But Malala is saying that they just need one party, so that it will be just a UDA government. And that means they are now focusing on 2027. And yesterday he said that you cannot serve in the cabinet when you still are in another political party. So those who are serving in the cabinet means they have to follow their political parties and join UDA as simple as that if they want to work with William Ruto. That was Malala. And of course, when he said that, we know the people he's talking about, maybe it is Mudavadi. And of course, he's targeting Alfred Mutua. And then we have Muturi, who is now the AG. And to some extent, if they're talking about 2027 as a one political party, it goes even to touch on the Ford Kenya party. This is what he said. Let me just quote him. You cannot be in cabinet and still belong to another political party. That is contempt to our president. All parties in Kenya Kwanza must dissolve. Malala, sometimes I don't know if he listens to himself. But anyway, he might talk like that because he's in the UDA party. But I can ask him one question. After serving as UDA party, what is his political future when Ruto will be exiting politics? That means if he will go to retirement. Will he use UDA party in Western region? Or will there be a UDA party? Because we are looking at Jubilee party. It was big party. Now it is nowhere. But then there are so many things we are getting confused and convinced within this new arrangement that we are seeing here. Because before Malala heading to Kisumu yesterday, he had a meeting with both ANC Secretary General Simon Gakuru and also the Ford Kenya Secretary General Chris Wamalwa. And this is what Cleophas Malala wrote. Earlier today, with ANC Party Secretary General Honorable Simon Gikuru, one step at a time, wishing him well in his future assignment. What is this future assignment? But Simon also posted something. This is what he said. In the company of Ford Kenya SG, Honorable Chris Wamalwa, we are currently having talks with the newly appointed UDA SG, Cleo Malala. Our parties are committed to help President William Ruto deliver the Kenya Kwanza agenda. So you see, they had a meeting with Ford Kenya and ANC before he went to Kisumu. But then, after Cleophas Malala utterance, this is what ANC party has shared out.
We want to make it clear that a money party is not going to fold. We are an independent party. We are part of the Kenya Kwanza coalition. And most importantly, as members of that coalition, there was an agreement that was signed between the various parties which form the Kenya Kwanza coalition. Amani Party is a major stakeholder in the Kenya Kwanza coalition, and for the purpose of clarity, we support the Kenya Kwanza government. We also support the President, His Excellency Dr. William Samoei Ruto. But the issue of folding parties, as a party, we do not think that that is important at this stage. Kenya is facing very pressing issues, including issues of security, issues of the economy, and we need to address these issues instead of concentrating on party issues.
Mambo ya labda mwenye anapiga makelele akisema vyama vivunjwe, sasa si wakati wa kusema vyama vivunjwe. Sasa ni wakati wa Kenya wanatarajia viongozi ambao tulichaguliwa, rais, wabunge, governors to deliver. Kwa hivyo tunaomba mwenye anapiga makelele mambo ya vyama kuvunjwa, inafaa hiyo sio agenda kuu Mkenya anataka kusikia saa hii. Mkenya anataka kusikia mafuta imeshuka bei, Mkenya anataka kusikia chakula kimeshuka bei, Mkenya anataka kuona Kenya Power imeshuka bei, maziwa imeshuka bei na mbolea imeshuka bei. Hiyo ndio Mkenya anatarajia kwa sababu.
Kwa hivyo chama ya Amani National Congress iko kidete, na ninataka niambie wafuasi wetu wote katika taifa hili ya kwamba chini ya uongozi ya Governor Timami kama party leader, tuko kidete, tuko ngangari, wasiwe na wasiwasi. Ikijawapo sisi tunaunga serikali ya leo ambayo ilihona ule mkataba tuliweka kabla ya kura ya kuhakikisha ya kwamba aliyekuwa party leader wetu Honorable Mudavadi amekuwa waziri mkuu. Asanteni sana, tutakuwa tunaenda mashinani tukifanya mobilization, tukipanga chama yetu, na ninataka niwaeleze ya kwamba kelele ya Bwana Malala ni kelele ya chura ambayo haitamzuia ng'ombe kunywa maji.
Now we are continuing with the panel discussion, but just a quick request for those who are watching and you have not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing. To our returning subscribers, I must say thank you so much, and again to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Most of you said that I'm speaking very quickly, so I will try to reduce that speed so that I become more audible and clear. Back to this discussion. Now, you know, there are so many questions that make me to wonder where William Ruto is heading to. Going with the current statement from Cleophas Malala. Because we are looking to a William Samoei Ruto who came to power, even going by the numbers announced by IBC chairman Wafula Chebukati. It was a wrong. The difference between William Samoei Ruto and Raila Odinga was merely 320,000 votes, according to IBC. But again, and if you ask Raila Odinga and his supporters, they believe that they were robbed. It means Raila won the election. So having this, and this was the first time William Ruto was vying as a president, and now is in the office. Reality is that if you try to compare with any other country, when someone is serving the first term, normally they always get high number of votes. But when they are seeking for re-election, Kenyans have already, or let me say those people who have elected that person, have already learned that person the way of leadership. Normally, they always get little number of votes compared to the first term when they are seeking an elective office. Look at that. Most people first time, high number of votes. Seeking re-election, the votes normally go down. That's the situation we know about election. That means if Ruto will be seeking a re-election, then it will be very hard for him to attract high number of votes. Putting the situation on the ground, especially the way William Ruto has treated Kenya, high cost of living, removing of subsidy, and all manner of things that are happening now, drought, and many people are believing that they have a wrong person in the office. That means Ruto winning vote will be a problem. So the question is, how do you merge a political party to come up with one party, then expect to win in that election? This can be possible if he's only planning to rig. Rigging means he rig himself and rig even for those who are seeking maybe member of parliament, governor, or a senator in that line. I'm saying this because for those who remember, in 2017, kulikuwa na vifaranga wengi wa computer, especially from Western region and other areas. They had a strategy to merge political parties and then use the IBC to rig in even members of parliament. That could be the plan that William Ruto is planning here. But again, going with the meeting Malala has had with the ANC and the Ford Kenya SGs, it means there is something these people are discussing. So whatever they are coming to say in public could be different from their discussion. So whatever we are saying in public could be just a reverse psychology they are trying to play on Kenyans or specific politicians. For example, when they say that we have to follow all these political parties and form one party. So what is the thinking of Rigathi Gachagua here? If people are folding parties and coming together. Then you have a meeting with the same people and you go and speak something. And as you speak, they come out and speak something different from you. So they want to make a look like there is a fight in a Kenya Kwanza, whereby ANC is saying this, UDA is saying this. So internal fight. But in real sense, these people are also here just to convince and confuse Kenyans so that they will be focusing on the current political situation within Kenya Kwanza. But we know Raila has called for mass action. They should not mislead people to other things to start talking about the fight in Kenya Kwanza and all those things. That's what they're trying to do. So that Kenyans will start talking about the breakup in Kenya Kwanza and all those things. There is no breakup in Kenya Kwanza. These people are working on something they have agreed. If there will be a coalition, this is something they have already agreed. They are testing water. If there is no coalition, they are just speaking to convince and confuse Kenyans. So that we will be talking about the agenda here, rather than focusing on serious issues. For example, after the statement from Malala, you will see it being now shared in the mainstream media, you will see it in the print. They will be talking about the looming breakup in Kenya Kwanza, because UDA has just talked, ANC now is talking, for the Kenya will speak, and other political parties are going to speak. So it become a topic of the day. But in real sense, for example, if you put Kalonzo Musyoka here, Musalia Mudavadi and Gachagua, because seemingly these are the people who might be on ballot in 2032. Then you ask either Raila or William Samoei Ruto to make a choice among these people. You will see Raila can easily go for Kalonzo, William Ruto will easily go for Mudavadi. No one will go for Gachagua. Or if you leave it, it's like between Mudavadi and Gachagua. Raila will choose Mudavadi and not Gachagua. William Ruto will choose Mudavadi and not Gachagua. Or assume there is no Mudavadi. It is Gachagua and Kalonzo. Raila will choose Kalonzo and not Gachagua. Same thing to William Ruto. He will go for Kalonzo and not Gachagua. So you can understand. I will not say too much. Let me leave it from there. Let us meet in the comment section for continuation of this conversation.